Buscher. Danielle is the Learning and Development Manager of West Community Credit Union in O'Fallon, Missouri. Danielle will be presenting her next 2.0 Employee Development Program project. As she will explain, it's an all-inclusive development program. Let's hear it for Danielle.
Thank you, Tim. How was lunch, guys? Was it pretty good? I'm so jealous of all your food. They don't feed us yet, so I'm pretty hungry up here. But as you just heard, my name is Danielle Buscher, and I'm the Learning and Development Manager at West Community Credit Union. We also have a location that goes by the name of Tigers Credit Union and is home of the award-winning Jerry the Tiger Squirrel. But I am so excited to be able to talk to you guys today about Next 2.0. It's a project that I am extremely passionate about. It actually has its roots in a YP program, but we decided, why does development have to have an age gap on it? So we dropped the age requirement on it and made it an all-inclusive development program. But before I really talk to you guys about Next, I want to talk to you about a hole in a wall. So this isn't exactly what I mean. The hole that I want to talk to you about was put there deliberately, and it was put there by this man. His name is Sagata Mitra, and in 1999, he was a professor at a university in India. He was a professor of technology, and something interesting was happening during that time. See, all the rich parents thought that their kids were geniuses. They thought that their kids just had to be the smartest people on the planet because of what they were doing with computers. And so, of course, the professor, he didn't take this at face value, and he wanted to look into this a little more to see, why are all the rich kids so smart all of a sudden? And so he went and he put a hole in a wall. And he put a computer in that hole that looked very much like our ATMs do. And what happened was the children of the slums, they came running up to him and they said, "What is this thing? What is it?" Because they had never seen a computer. They didn't have computers at home or at school, so they wanted to know what it was and if they could touch it. He, of course, played dumb and said, "I don't know what it is, but you can touch it." He left, and when he came back, they were browsing the internet. Children who had never seen a computer before, didn't know what the internet was, were browsing the internet. And so what he learned is it wasn't that the rich kids were so smart, it's that they were given access, and that access led to opportunity, and it led to learning. And so why can't that same concept work with adults? And that is what we're doing with Next 2.0. We are giving our employees access to resources and opportunities that they wouldn't have a part of their daily 9 to 5. It doesn't matter if they work in accounting or if they're a teller or if they're in marketing. Why not give them the same access to resources and opportunities and let that be a game changer for them? Let it create new potentials. And that's exactly what's been happening with Next 2.0. But any good learning professional could tell you that, wait a second, there's a little problem with the analogy between the children in the slums and Next 2.0. And that's because one is dealing with children and the other is dealing with adults. The motivations to learn and grow are going to be different. And so that's why Next 2.0 also has this whole element of choice wrapped into it. We're used to a life of choice, right? Who here has a smartphone? Raise your hand. Probably everyone, right? Yeah. And who has factory settings on that smartphone? Not a single hand went up. No, you customize it to your needs. And you know, when you go to a restaurant and you order food, you don't just have to get fries with your hamburger anymore. You can get a side salad or what have you. And I bet if I asked you guys to raise your hands again, if your credit union offered more than one checking account, everyone's hand would go up again. We have choice. So why have a development program that puts everyone on the same path? With Next 2.0, we say, here are all the opportunities that we're willing to offer you. What you see right now is not even an all-inclusive list, and this list is growing and changing every day based off of the needs and wants of the employees who take advantage of this program. And so they can choose to take advantage of 3 of them, or 4 of them, or 10 of them if they want to. And so we're always changing this list based off of what the group needs, what experiences they want. But what's the point with all of this? What is this going to do for the credit union industry? That's what we all really want to know, right? I was at a conference the other day, and I heard a very interesting statistic, and that's 70% of today's kindergartners, so 70% of our 5-year-olds, are going to grow up to have a career that doesn't even exist yet. 70% of them. And I mean, I don't think that's hard to see in our world either. We're always seeing new regulations, new technologies that's changing the way we do business. So we need to be doing things that creates a dynamic workforce, a very agile workforce that's able to grow and change with all of these changes that are coming down on us. And so Philean had some research that said these 6 building blocks help create strategic thinkers. They help create the future leaders, or these are the skills that our leaders need to have to be able to play in this new environment where 70% of the jobs that our kindergartners are going to have don't even exist today. With the Next 2.0 program, we're growing 4 of them. We're anticipating, we're challenging, we are learning, and we're interpreting because we're getting this big picture view of the credit union movement because we're allowed to grow and expand beyond our areas. Now, what has this done for West Community? Well, one of our major strategic objectives is to align our workforce capabilities and capacities. So a lot of the numbers that tell us if we're doing a good job at this involve engagement, attrition, and those types of things. In the year that Next 2.0 has been established, we've seen our engagement levels increase, and they're now above our peers. Now, while this is the whole workforce and not just Next 2.0, I asked the Nexters, I asked them all through an anonymous survey, I said, does this program increase your engagement in the credit union? And 100% of them said they are more engaged in West Community because of Next 2.0. Also, our attrition has decreased in the amount of time that Next 2.0 has been established. And we've only had 1 person voluntarily leave the credit union in the last year that was also a member of Next 2.0. In addition to that, with our increase in engagement, we've also seen an increase in loan growth and deposit dollars. We've also seen an increase in our net worth, profitability, and return on equity. So while Next 2.0 may not be the sole driver of these numbers, it is a very important part of the puzzle. So 2015 was great for us. We did a lot of great things, and 2016 is going to be even better. We've established an executive team and a charter to help create more opportunities and have a more sustainable future. But now I want to ask you guys, what's next for your credit union? Are there resources that you could be providing your staff to help grow their future? I hope the answer is yes. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me today, and I hope you would consider voting for me in this competition, because a vote for me isn't just a vote for me, it's a vote for everybody in the program. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Excellent job, Danielle. So as promised, let's start with Tammy.
Nicely done, Danielle.
Thank you.
Danielle, one of the things that anytime you launch that type of program or something new, there's some barriers that you encounter. What was your biggest barrier in launching a program like this?
Well, because it's all-inclusive, we, have challenges sometimes with getting people to be able to participate, because some of the things happen during work hours, and when you don't have barriers as far as who can participate, then being able to get those people to the events sometimes can be challenging, because you still have to run the credit union at the end of the day. So that was one of the biggest challenges. And then also, not having a full understanding of what opportunities were out there and what we would want access to. So we ran into situations where we maybe didn't have budget dollars to cover certain things that we found, but we wanted to do them so badly that we just decided to pay out of pocket for them, and then we'll cover that next year because we're able to better prepare.
Thank you.
Dee Dee.
Yeah, thank you, Danielle. I'm going to piggyback off Tammy here. So the challenges that you faced, what did you learn about yourself out of this whole process and project?
Oh gosh, I learned a lot about myself. I learned that I have put myself in a position where I have too many opportunities and I have to learn to say no, which is kind of a pretty cool problem to have. But yeah, that's the biggest thing, is that having a lot of choice is such a cool thing, but you can't do everything, so you really have to learn how to be strategic about what opportunities that you're taking advantage of, because if you do them all, you're going to go crazy, even though it would be really cool to do them all.
Thank you.
And Brandon.
Great job.
Thank you.
Great job. One of the questions that I have is kind of a piggyback off of Dee Dee and Tammy is, what do you feel like is the most successful thing that you have done or that you have seen in your credit union because of this?
Oh gosh, the most successful, that's a really hard one. Actually, we have had lots of Nexters get accepted for crashes through the Cooperative Trust. I think that one's really exciting. It was something that I had the opportunity to be a part of in September of last year, and then several other Nexters have gone off and done the same thing as well. So that's pretty exciting to not only see myself get opportunities, but to then see them go and be able to take advantage of other opportunities and other industry resources. We also just got to collaborate with our Chamber of Commerce and do a whole event with them, which was also pretty exciting as well, and give a credit score presentation to our community.
Well done. Let's hear it for Danielle.